I'm Azaria Tagaya and this is Nightline, news making the headlines. Public-funded organizations reminded to avoid excesses in operations. And more than 3 billion ringgit lost due to online scams. Good morning. Public-funded organizations have been reminded not to operate like private entities in the implementation of their programs and operations. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim said this is to ensure that there are no excesses that lean towards business interests, board members or management. Speaking at the opening of the Malaysia Commercialisation Year Summit at the Kuala Lumpur Convention Centre on Monday, the Prime Minister also supported recommendations in the Auditor General's report for more thorough and careful monitoring, making it a new culture within the working ecosystem to improve governance.
Oleh demikian, dalam memastikan pelaksanaan program, kita nak pastikan bahawa jangan ada keterlanjuran dalam memberikan fokus dan jangan jadikan badan-badan ini sebagai badan buster.
Anwar added that management should not be bound by fixed procedures and frameworks, but should be ready to explore new areas of expertise. The Prime Minister also shared Kuala Lumpur's success, having been ranked among the top 30 emerging startup ecosystems globally. It was reported that Kuala Lumpur's startup ecosystem generated an ecosystem value exceeding 220 billion ringgit. Aside from that, the nation's technological breakthroughs have also made Malaysia the second most innovative country after China among the 36 upper-middle income countries. On another matter, Anwar denied allegations that a cabinet reshuffle will be done in the near future, as reported by a news portal. The Prime Minister also advised all parties not to believe the rumours after being informed that the report is based on sources.
Baru saya beritahu. Macam saya tak dengar ni. Siapa yang nak tolong reshuffle?
Adakah mungkin ada...
Tak, siapa yang nak tolong reshuffle? Saya tak dengar. No, seriously.
Anwar said this to the media after officiating the Malaysia Commercialisation Year Summit at the Kuala Lumpur Convention Centre KLCC on Monday. He was asked to comment on the report of a news portal which quoted two sources claiming another cabinet reshuffle will take place in the near future, less than a year after the last government reshuffle. The same report also quoted an influential PKR source as saying a minister from that party may be transferred to another ministry or dropped from the cabinet. The Prime Minister was also asked on allegations that a Menteri Besar will be appointed as minister, as reported by the portal. The last time the cabinet was reshuffled was in December last year, when the number of ministers was increased from 29 to 31. The Royal Commission of Inquiry tasked with reviewing the handling of matters related to the sovereignty of Batu Puteh, Middle Rocks and South Ledge has presented its final report to the Yang di-Pertuan Agong Sultan Ibrahim. The report was presented by RCI Chairman Tun Mat Raus Sharif at Istana Negara on Monday. A post on Sultan Ibrahim Sultan Iskandar's official Facebook page announced that the RCI chairman presented the report to His Majesty at Istana Negara along with the commission members. Sultan Ibrahim had consented to the establishment of the commission in February. Subsequently, the RCI was established in accordance with the Commissions of Inquiry Act. On May 23, 2008, the International Court of Justice ruled that Singapore holds sovereignty over Batu Puteh, while Middle Rocks, situated less than 1 kilometre away, belongs to Malaysia. On February 2, 2017, Malaysia filed an application to review the ICJ's ruling. Minister in the Prime Minister's Department for Law and Institutional Reform, Datuk Seri Azalina Othman Said, stated that the purpose of establishing the RCI was to seek resolution and improve issues related to national sovereignty, rather than to assign blame to any party. Diving deep into the business world,
with expert insights and in-depth analysis.
The latest trends and developments shaping the country, region and the globe.
Key insights into finance.
On Money Matters.
Every Saturday at 5 p.m.
on TV3 and stream on Tonton. More than 3 billion ringgit has been lost to online scams from 2021 up to April of 2024. Digital Minister Gobind Singh Dio said that while the losses involved close to 96,000 victims, the actual number could be higher as many people may not have lodged reports after being scammed. Speaking at an event in Petaling Jaya on Monday, Gobind said it was imperative to crack down on cybercrime and protect online users from those aiming to harm others for profit or political gain. He said a whole-of-government and whole-of-society approach was needed to tackle these threats comprehensively.
Betapa pentingnya kita pastikan bahawa walaupun kita hendak bergerak ke satu era di mana Malaysia bersedia secara keseluruhan supaya kita semua dapat mengambil bahagian dalam ekonomi digital dan sebagainya. Dan masa yang sama, platform-platform yang kita sediakan itu harus menjadi platform yang selamat untuk digunakan dari sudut keselamatan cyber.
He said this after witnessing the signing of memorandums of understanding between several parties aimed at enhancing national cybersecurity. Commenting further, he said cybersecurity cases also increased to more than 3,600 cases in the first 7 months of this year. The highest cases were on fraud, data breaches and intrusions. The minister also expects for the recently amended Personal Data Protection Act to be enforced by the end of this month. In a related development, the Federal Commercial Crime Investigation Department is intensifying its efforts to combat online scams by collaborating with regional counterparts. Its director, Datuk Sri Ramli Muhammad Yusof, said it was important to have information exchanged with neighbouring agencies, including those in Singapore and the United States Federal Bureau of Investigation (FBI), to stay ahead of evolving scam tactics. Ramli said police regularly compare notes with other agencies in the region and that its collaboration with international bodies such as the FBI is crucial for tracking and understanding online scam syndicates. He also outlined ongoing and future initiatives to address the issue. Police, according to him, are enhancing scam prevention campaigns and improving investigative techniques. Additionally, amendments to the Penal Code and the Criminal Procedure Code currently under consideration are expected to bolster efforts against mule accounts. Ramli said the department operated as a dedicated task force to combat online scams, meeting daily to strategize on tackling cases and raising public awareness, focusing on understanding new scam methods and improving case investigations. He noted that engaging with the media is also part of Bukit Aman's strategy to inform the public. Ramli also said that there were plans to expand the department's workforce, adding that police are in the process of adding more personnel to better address such challenges. More than 3,000 outdated laws must be reviewed to ensure the legislation remains relevant. According to Law and Institutional Reform Minister Datuk Sri Azalina Uthman Said, some of the laws were drafted before independence and were seen as no longer relevant. Citing an example, Azalina noted that in aspects of digital technology, existing laws may not be applicable or would require amendments to address more relevant situations. Azalina said a list of outdated laws would be compiled for the Prime Minister's consideration. The laws affect all agencies and may also involve state, federal and local governments. Azalina said the review should engage various stakeholders, including the Attorney General's chambers, the judiciary and university law faculties with the expertise to evaluate legislation. Recently, the media reported that Dewan Rakyat Speaker Johari Abdul had convened a meeting with Secretaries General and legal advisors from each ministry to look into reviewing obsolete laws in order to keep up with the changing times. The construction sector recorded a 20.2% surge in work done value to 38.9 billion ringgit in the second quarter of 2024. This was spearheaded by the buoyant performance of the civil engineering and residential building subsectors. According to the Department of Statistics Malaysia, both subsectors posted substantial double-digit growth. Additionally, the growth of the sector was further bolstered by a robust 44.9% expansion in the special trade activities subsector. The subsector of non-residential buildings also gained momentum, expanding by 7.2%. The private sector remained the primary driver for the construction sector growth, contributing 23.6 billion ringgit or 60.8% of the total value. In terms of the performance of the construction sector by state, nearly 59% of the work done value was concentrated in Selangor, Johor, Sarawak and the Federal Territories. The remand order against the male acquaintance of murder victim Istiqomah Ahmad Rozi, whose headless body was found in Alogaja more than 7 months ago, has been extended for 7 days. Magistrate Dr. Teo Shu Yi issued the extension until August 19th to assist the police in their investigation under Section 302 of the Penal Code for murder. Earlier, the 37-year-old suspect arrived at the Alogaja Magistrates Court at around 8:30 a.m, escorted by policemen. The 36-year-old wife of the suspect, who was also remanded for a week from August 6th, has been released on police bail. According to Alogaja District Police Chief Superintendent Azaria Busama, the prime suspect in the murder of Istiqomah was an ex-classmate of the Johor teacher. The man is involved in foreign exchange trading and is believed to have had dealings with the victim. This was gleaned from initial investigations into the man and his wife, who were arrested in Chamor Perak on August 11th after police obtained DNA confirmation that the headless body found in Alogaja more than 7 months ago was that of the teacher from Pasir Gudang. The case is being investigated under Section 302 of the Penal Code for murder. News about the disappearance of Istiqomah, a 33-year-old teacher at a school in Kota Masai within Pasir Gudang, emerged in June after her brother made an impassioned plea on social media for information on her whereabouts. According to previous reports, she left her workplace on December 26 and was never seen again. Her car was later found outside a supermarket near her home, with surveillance footage showing an unidentified man exiting the vehicle. The Kuala Lumpur High Court has denied former Ningiri Assemblyman Azizi Abu Naim's second application for an injunction to halt the August 17th state seat by-election. Judicial Commissioner Ros Mawar Rozain said an injunction to restrain the Election Commission EC is akin to interfering in the country's democratic process. The court said that it noted that Azizi could have taken part in the ongoing by-election but chose not to, and his refusal to contest might be because he is aware voters might punish him for betraying the people's mandate. The court, however, added that Azizi can still seek recourse in his main lawsuit to challenge his sacking from Bersatu. The court fixed December 18th to hear Azizi's lawsuit. Nearly a dozen Bangladeshis arrested after attempts to flee chaos. This and more from the Foreign Front when we return.
Pasar Raya, Lubuk Pati salah guna permit.
You tak ada permit lagi kan?
Ada.
Permit tu mati yang tadi tu.
Tapi permit lain. Anggota cedera dirempuh warga asing.
Tadi pukul
taklah pukul.
Officer.
Tak ada.
Jadi saya tangkap kau masih lari kan?
Kena ada itu cakap punya immigration ni kan.
Saksikan 999 Selasa jam 9 malam di TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
Diving deep into the business world.
With expert insights and in-depth analysis.
The latest trends and developments shaping the country, region and the globe.
Key insights into finance.
On Money Matters.
Every Saturday at 5 p.m.
on TV3 and stream on Tonton. On to the foreign news. Thai Prime Minister Srettha Thavisin could be thrown out of office this week when the country's constitutional court rules on his appointment of a cabinet minister with a criminal conviction. Srettha is accused of violating ethics rules by appointing Pichit Twinban, who was sentenced to 6 months in prison in 2008 for a corruption-related offence as a minister. Although Pichit has resigned from his role in a bid to protect Srettha, the Constitutional Court still agreed to hear the case initiated by a complaint from army-appointed senators. If Srettha is removed from office, it is understood that his populist Pheu Thai party would have to nominate a new candidate for Prime Minister. The Constitutional Court will decide on Wednesday whether it will remove the 62-year-old from office for breaching the Constitution. India has arrested nearly a dozen Bangladeshis attempting to cross the border to escape violence and political tumult following deadly protests that led to the ouster of ex-premier Sheikh Hasina. The country's border security force on Monday said hundreds of Bangladeshis are waiting along the frontier, pleading for permission to cross. It announced that 11 Bangladesh nationals had been arrested since Sunday for trying to sneak across the frontier into West Bengal state. Meanwhile, Bangladeshi police resumed patrols of the capital Dhaka on Monday, ending a week-long strike that left more than 450 people killed. Police previously vowed not to resume work until their safety on duty was guaranteed. However, they agreed to return after late-night talks with the new interim government helmed by Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus. Israeli forces pressed on with operations near the southern Gaza city of Khan Yunis on Monday amid an international push for a deal to halt fighting in the territory. It was reported that tens of thousands of Palestinians have been forced to flee Khan Yunis and sleep on sidewalks and streets elsewhere in the enclave without food or water. According to Palestinian medics, the Zionist attacks have killed at least 25 Palestinians across the strip in the past 24 hours as thousands of civilians begin to evacuate from the south. Meanwhile, international pressure mounted on Monday for a ceasefire in Gaza, with Britain, France and Germany issuing a joint plea for an end to the fighting. In a joint statement, French President Emmanuel Macron, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz and British Prime Minister Keir Starmer said the fighting must end now and that all hostages must be released. At least 7 people were killed and 16 were injured in a stampede during a Hindu procession in eastern India's Bihar state on Monday. The incident, which reportedly was sparked by a fight between a group of devotees and flower vendors, occurred at a temple in the district of Jahanabad. According to witnesses, the stampede happened due to the negligence of the police administration as the officers failed to act quickly. Following the incident, Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar expressed grief over the tragedy and announced $4,700 in compensation for each of the families of the victims, 6 of whom were women. New framework to boost Malaysia's performance. Sports when we come back. Diving deep into the business world.
With expert insights and in-depth analysis.
The latest trends and developments shaping the country, region and the globe.
Key insights into finance.
On Money Matters.
Every Saturday at 5 p.m.
on TV3 and stream on Tonton.
Pasar Raya, Lubuk Pati salah guna permit.
You tak ada permit lagi kan?
Ada.
Permit tu mati yang tadi tu.
Tapi permit lain.
Anggota cedera dirempuh warga asing.
Tadi pukul
Taklah pukul.
officer.
Tak ada.
Jadi saya tangkap kau masih lari kan?
Kena ada itu cakap punya immigration ni kan.
Saksikan 999 Selasa jam 9 malam di TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
We're back with sports. The government has pledged to develop a new framework to enhance Malaysia's performance in future international sporting events following the country's recent efforts at the Olympic Games. In announcing the matter, Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim also expressed his pride and gratitude for the national athletes who represented the country on the global stage, acknowledging their dedication and hard work.
Kepada rakan-rakan anak-anak yang terlibat dalam sukan Olimpik, mereka telah berusaha dengan sebaik mungkin dan kita harus terima baik keputusan dengan harapan insya-Allah untuk masa depan kita akan siapkan beberapa kerangka baru untuk meningkatkan prestasi sukan dan olahraga dalam negara.
Anwar said this after launching the Malaysian Commercialisation Year Summit 2024 at the Kuala Lumpur Convention Centre on Monday. He told Malaysians to move forward and not to be hasty with the national athletes' performance during the Olympics, as they've tried their best with years of sacrifices. Meanwhile, National Contingent Chef de Mission, Dato' Hamidin Amin, has stressed that Malaysia must immediately build on the encouraging performances shown by national athletes at the Paris Olympics.
Jadi ini antara kebanyakan dia peningkatan mereka yang kita banggakan, walaupun mereka sebahagian ini tidak mendapat pingat, tapi mereka meningkat dari segi prestasi di peringkat dunia. Jadi ini perlu diteruskan untuk persiapan.
Hamidin also said that the country has to continue its efforts and start grooming national athletes for the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics now. He added that the nation cannot afford to wait until a year before the Games to begin preparations. The 2024 Paris Olympics closed its curtains on Sunday. Tom Cruise abseiled from the roof of the Stade de France as Paris said farewell to an Olympics hailed as one of the most successful in history. In a preview of what the world can expect when the Games head to Los Angeles in 2028, the Hollywood star descended on a wire in front of 71,500 spectators, grabbed the Olympic flag and jumped on a motorbike to the delight of athletes and fans. The closing spectacle marked the beginning of the four-year countdown to the LA Games, and American gymnastics icon Simone Biles joined Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass as the Olympic flag was formally handed over. The USA team finished on top of the overall medal table with 40 gold medals, while China settled for second place. Malaysia managed to bring home 2 bronze medals through national shuttlers Lee Zijia and the men's doubles pair Aaron-Wooi and AaronWooi Yik. With that, the country ended the competition in the 80th place overall in the medal table from 206 countries and was the 4th highest ranked Southeast Asian country behind the Philippines, Thailand and Indonesia. In total, 5 personal bests were betted in Paris, with 3 of them being national records. The national records were achieved by Dato' Azizul Hasni Awang and Izzah Izzati Asri in track cycling, as well as Anik Kasdan in weightlifting. Moving on to badminton, national tops men's doubles pair Aaron-Wooi and AaronWooi Yik, bronze medalists at the Paris Olympics, have withdrawn from next week's Japan Open due to injury. Academy Badminton Malaysia ABM coaching director Rexy Manaki revealed that Wooi Yik has sustained a minor foot injury during the semi-finals at the Games and has been advised by the medical team to sit out the tournament. The pair, who returned from Paris last week, had planned to take a short break before preparing for the Super 750 Japan Open. However, with their withdrawal, the world number 3 duo will need to adjust their plans. Football now, the Dutch Eredivisie, Robin van Persie's coaching debut ended in defeat as Aaron-Wooi lost 1-0 away in their opening game of the new season to 36-time champions Ajax on Sunday. In a game of few chances, it was the home side who started on the front foot, and a goal from Christian Linssen on the stroke of half-time was enough to send Aaron-Wooi home without any points. The result left the former Dutch international striker, who played at Arsenal and Manchester United, feeling they'd missed out on an opportunity. Next up, Van Persie's men will play their first home match of the season against Utrecht on Sunday. Mastermind nabbed a nearly 22 million ringgit drug bust. The details after this short break.
Berkorban demi cinta, sama seperti Romeo dan Juliet.
Betul.
Dengan mereka berdua meminum racun rumpai.
11 pagi semalam dirancang suspek berusia 36 tahun. Ini seolah-olah cinta tiga segi di antara si mati dan bakal tunangnya dengan tertuduh.
Diving deep into the business world.
With expert insights and in-depth analysis.
The latest trends and developments shaping the country, region and the globe.
Key insights into finance.
On Money Matters.
Every Saturday at 5 p.m.
on TV3 and stream on Tonton. Nightline continues. In Selangor, police have arrested 10 people and are on the manhunt for four more suspects in connection with the kidnapping of a couple near the Maju Expressway toll plaza on July 11th. Its police chief, Hussein Omar Khan, said they seized cash amounting to 1.5 million ringgit and numerous luxury items, as well as several vehicles believed to have been purchased using the ransom money. Hussein said the 10 suspects arrested include 6 men and 4 women, while 4 more suspects, 3 men and a woman, are still on the run. He added that they were all locals. According to Hussein, one of the suspects used to work as the male victim's personal driver and had aided in the kidnapping. The victims, a male Chinese national and a local woman, were released on the evening of July 15th along the Pedas Linggi route in Negeri Sembilan, about 4 days after they were kidnapped. The couple was released after the brother of the Chinese national paid a ransom in cryptocurrency amounting to more than 5 million ringgit. Earlier this month, police shot dead 4 suspects believed to be part of the kidnapping ring in Johor Bahru, Johor. Police have crippled a drug distribution syndicate operating under the guise of a traditional medicine shop following the arrest of its Singaporean mastermind and the seizure of 21.8 million ringgit worth of drugs during an operation in Taman Desa Petaling. Federal Narcotics Crime Investigation Department Director Datuk Sri Kao Kok Chin said in the first raid, a 48-year-old local man serving as a courier was arrested and over 200 kilograms of Aramin 5 pills were seized at a 2-story shop house. According to Kao, the shop was identified as a business premises and the business was believed to be owned by the syndicate leader's daughter. A 64-year-old Singaporean man, believed to be the syndicate leader, was then nabbed in a vehicle some 30 meters away from the location of the first raid. Inside the vehicle, police found more than 5 kilograms of ecstasy pills. Action was taken under the Dangerous Drugs Act for forfeiture of property, where police seized assets estimated to be worth 59,000 ringgit. The suspects will be remanded for 6 days to assist in the investigation. Meanwhile, in Selangor, police have seized 2.6 million ringgit worth of drugs intended for export following the arrest of a suspect in Sabak Bernam. Selangor Police Chief Datuk Hussein Omar Khan said that the 40-year-old suspect was nabbed at around 4:30 a.m. last Thursday by the Sabak Bernam Narcotics Criminal Investigation Department. During the raid, authorities discovered 50 packets of herbal tea containing over 50 kilograms of methamphetamines and 6 kilograms of ecstasy pills hidden in a Peridua Alza. The suspect, who is unemployed and has a troubling history with 6 prior criminal and drug offences, tested positive for methamphetamines. In a follow-up operation, police also detained an Indonesian man and his girlfriend who are suspected of being part of the network buying the drugs. Hussein said the 2 individuals are believed to be linked to a distribution network, with the drugs believed to be intended for a neighbouring country. Diving deep into the business world,
with expert insights and in-depth analysis.
The latest trends and developments shaping the country, region and the globe.
Key insights into finance.
On Money Matters.
Every Saturday at 5 p.m.
on TV3 and stream on Tonton. Draws to a close this time around. We leave you with visuals of the vibrant performance at the Paris Olympics closing ceremony, featuring Hollywood stars such as Tom Cruise, Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. With that, I'm Azaria Tagaya. Thank you for watching and we'll see you next time.